Grace and peace be unto you tonight. We bring you greetings from the Greater Abba Father's Ministries and the Greater Abba Father Global Broadcast. Tonight we have again Brother David Villada. On last week, we attempted to interview him and we had some audio issues. So I wanted to bring them back tonight and re-interview him. You know, the Bible says we have to do things decent and in order. So tonight our guest is Mr. David Villada. He's the president or CEO of Pueblo Boxing. And he has New Life, New Vida, and it's another organization. He's a man of many talents. He's a bondsman. He's a community activist. He's a entrepreneur. He's a cook.
Do it all.
Yeah, he do a little bit of everything. David, tell us about what you got going on and what's going on in your future.
I'm doing it all through the grace of God and His blessings. I tell people I've been there, did that, so I know and understand what this community is lacking, the resources, the kids, the parents. And thanks to you, Bishop, you've been here for a little bit over 3 years, working with the community, working with the youth, providing in, day out. And like you said, we have the nonprofit, which is New Life, New Vida. We have the for-profit, which is Pueblo Boxing Trade 4, which is the boxing program. We have mentoring programs called Beating Up Bad Habits, BH, where we work with at-risk youth. We do boxing, we do music, we do sports, we do different outreach, training, conditioning. We do behavioral health, we do referrals, of course. What's the point of working with individuals and kids a couple of days of the hours a week and still sending them home to a broken, home, to a messed up community? And sometimes it's not even their fault. These kids are like sponges. The problems,
Right.
issues that are going on around them, they soak in. So that's what we're here to do: provide and help, give back. We have Brandon with us. We have my other guy here with us as well. Got a lot on my mind, but we do a little bit of everything. We partner up with the courts. We do community service. We give back to the community, like you said. Bill Bond's assistant, community activist, violence interrupter. We do a lot. We work in the schools, not only with our own, but also with others. Part of our program, mentoring program, we do go out to the schools, and these kids can testify. They see me there at any moment. I walk in there, I'm in there, the schools know who I am. Of course, the parents sign waivers allowing us to be part. That's how depth we are about this, how real we are about this. We're a wraparound. So not only do we part of the community, but also school and also home, because we want to be effective. We want to be effective.
How many years have you been doing this?
I started like behavioral health, like being a one-on-one and in the community and stuff like that, about 16 years ago. The Beating Up Bad Habits mentoring program, New Life, New Vida, we started about 13 years ago. It took time to, find out what we wanted to do, how to do it, and each time we knocked on doors and asked for funding, for assistance, donation, they asked, "Are you a 501c3?" And I said, "A what? 501c3?" So I found out what it was, and I opened up a 501c3 and we started getting grants. We've gotten grants from the city, Truist Foundation. One of our best allies and friends is Winston-Salem Foundation. We've worked with Neighbors for Better Neighborhoods, the school system. Of course, we were granted, money a couple years ago to help out in the schools and do things. But our main goal is day to day with these kids, on the ground, boots on the ground, what we call grassroots organization.
Right.
You're not going to see me here and there, and not for a couple months. You see me every day. I'm in the trenches every day. I'm with these kids every day. Be home, be school, be in the program. They have to understand that we know where they've been, where they're coming from, what they got going on. I call it cultural competency and understanding, because I've been there. I tell people I used to bully the devil back in the day. They gave my mama a hard time. She was my mama and my daddy. She worked from 9 to 9, so there was nobody at home to tell me, don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
Even when I got older, I still knew better and I chose wrong paths. So who are we to blame these kids?
Right.
I look to understand them, to talk with them, and open up a dialogue where we can be friends, where we can understand each other, and they can be able to open up and tell me things they won't tell a teacher, a pastor, their parents, things like that. And we do hold a lot of you know, a bond where if it's really that important, I let them know I gotta talk to your parents. I gotta do this. Otherwise, it's between us, and you promise to do better. You promise to fix the situation, do this and do that. Um, Brandon knows I pop up at the schools.
Yeah.
I check on report cards. If we need to have sit downs with teachers, principals, if there's issues and problems with other kids, we do conflict resolution, peer mediation.
Very good.
We ain't playing with it. We trying to go to the extent of all.
What school you go to, Brandon?
Glen High School.
Go to Glenn?
Yeah.
Right.
I got a grandson to go with. His name is Converse Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes there, and these things are important. And I look at it from uh, years ago when I was growing up. We live in a different time now where parenting is different, and but our neighbors could discipline
It
us.
still takes a village to raise a child. That's
Exactly
still my
right.
motto. And I tell parents and I tell kids, don't sit here and disrespect your parents. Don't disrespect your teacher. Show out in the community and then come in here and try to be nice and cool with me.
Yeah.
I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy. And a lot of kids know different. They know not to come across at me that way because we have an understanding. We can read each other and they don't want the problems.
Right.
That's why the program is called Beating Up Bad Habits. We're gonna teach you one way or another, them bad habits are out the door. Because
I get
when
it.
things happen at school, in the community, anywhere, first thing you're gonna do is mama, daddy, family gonna be there for you. But those are the first ones you're ready to do bad, cuss out, put hands on. Nowadays, these kids don't think twice.
Yeah.
And that's
We're
another
definitely
program.
living in a different time. You still in school?
No.
Okay. But you just a boxer.
25.
For the community service.
So
Okay.
he had a situation that came up about, and you know, he went through the courts. He was told that he had to do some community service, and to be honest, that's another thing that we're doing with the community service. We're a little bit more lenient. A lot of other places, I don't want to say names, are sticklers. Like they no phones, no this, no that. They're real, and here we want to get to know you, help you. We want to be a stepping stone.
He's been a perfect gentleman.
He
Matter
has
of fact, he was on the interview last week.
last week,
Yes.
and he's been here helping. He comes, does his hours. We ask him to do anything, he does it. Um, it's a blessing to have that partnership and have people that we can communicate. They can communicate. We can make feel at home, even though it's not a punishment, but
Yeah. Would you say, even with that, that's kind of like Project Second Chance? You're giving people an opportunity to redeem themselves through community service and to get to know that individual.
and some of these individuals, when they come, they have a story. They have a past. They've been through things. They've spoken to the kids, told them their testimony, and talked to them, and have a presentation to put on. And that's their community service. I count that as ours. We do projects in the communities with single mothers. We help out, you know, with renovations of houses, land, cleaning, clearing. We do a lot.
The other young man that was here, that was in the community service, I can't remember what his name, but I was in the store, and he made it his business to come up to speak to me, and he said, "I met you through Gordo." He said, "I did." He drove the one that drive for the Budweiser.
Okay, yes. I remember the Spanish kid.
Yeah, and he came up to me and he said, "You remember?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And he said, "Man, that was a blessing to me." He said, "You keep doing it." He said, "You still working with Gordo?" I said, "Yeah, we still working together." And I said, "But I think he's seeking his own place." And he said, "They're gonna leave." I said, "Well, every man has to make room for growth." And speaking of growth, I remember when you come here some 4 years ago, I think you came in the door, you might have had maybe 6, and then along with my grand, you was up to 10. But when I look out there now, man, you're like almost 30 plus kids, man. So what you are doing is working in the community, and it's just not about it's teaching them discipline. And I see how you interact with them, and I see how you interact with their parents, and they trust you. And we need more of that in this community, because when you need for somebody to go to bat for you, you don't mind going to bat. But then going to bat, I'm gonna get the facts.
I'm gonna go find out who, what, where, when.
Yeah.
And they trust in me. They tell me the true issues and problems. I find out the real root of the issue so I can help them. I tell people I don't know how to help you if you don't tell me, and I mean that. I live by that.
Right.
With the kids and all. And I really open up to the kids and tell them my testimony, my stories, the things that I went through so that they don't go through it, so they can understand that we're not perfect. I'm actually grateful that you brought up that topic about growth because life is about growth. The weather changed, the time changed,
Everything.
calendar changed. Why are we not supposed to change?
Right.
I grew up making wrong decisions, taking the wrong paths, and life brought me at a point where I had to change.
Right.
And that's the same thing with these kids, with these individuals. If it wasn't for whatever reason he got going on, if he don't learn from it now or we don't help him now, it can be worse. These kids, if we're not there to assist them with everything that's going on in the community now with these curfews or charging parents, with these kids false claiming and want to be part of gangs just to what they call clout chasing, just to fit in, peer pressure, all this stuff is gonna lead them down a road that is the same thing as we were dealing with for so long with the school to prison pipeline.
Right. Well,
Now everything is a reason to get them in the system, and like I've said, crime pays.
yeah.
And that's all we wanna do. I go to the schools with book bags full of candy and I just talk to kids and show me your grades. If you got this, I give you that. I pay for lunches. I buy shoes. I buy book bags. We do a lot of everything, clothes.
You're doing Christmas and
Christmas, we do a lot of work by
Thanksgiving,
the
you're giving
kids.
food and stuff like
But,
that.
but, but that's our goal is to work with kids, individuals, young men, even adults, just to give them away. That's why the organization is called New Life, Nueva Vida. Because I believe that we get comfortable. We get very comfortable. We get stuck in certain ways of life. And we forget our purpose.
Right.
So sometimes we have to reintroduce it or teach them a new way.
Yeah, well, we all, I recall as a youngster, I was a bad boy. I was a bad boy when I was in school, and I really had a problem with a certain demographic of people. And one of those individuals from that saw good at me, and I got in trouble one day, and I got into a fight, and I knew they were going to put me out. And that teacher came and said he didn't start it. And they wanted to put me out because I was a nuisance. And that teacher stood up, his name was Rusty Burton, I'll never forget him. He said, if you put him out of school, I'm going to the school board because he did not start it. And when you have people that take an interest in you, that changed my life, and that changed how I look at people, that changed my outlook on life, period. You can't judge people because they look different. You know, God put people in your life to help better your lives, and what you're doing with these young men, it's a blessing. And to see the growth that you have, I don't think I see from when you started. There's only one kid in there that well, none of them in there not from the beginning.
From 3
But-
years ago, but even then, let's say we're just started July, so 7 months in, or 6 months. We just finished 6 months, and I've had, I think, 71 kids come through here. 71 kids, and basically we have about 25 out there now. They come and go, temporary. They're into it, but we're pushing them to be part of the amateur USA Boxing League. Brandon himself is training, conditioning, strengthening to get to that next level. He's one of our next top contenders. We have 3 kids already enrolled in the league, 4 kids already enrolled in the league who are amateur boxers. Our goal is to take them places, do things, but they cost. It's like any other sport. It's an AAU type. We got travel, we got expenses, they got memberships, they got fees each time, and you know, he's really looking forward to it. He's at that level, and what do you think?
I mean, I feel like I'm ready to compete. You know, you've helped a lot. He's brought in a lot of coaches, you know, to help us out.
Yeah.
You know, I got here about a year ago. It was probably just him and another coach, and you know, now we got like about 4 coaches out
4 or
there
5 coaches,
helping
yeah.
all of us out. You know, it's more.
What's the boxer? The boxer.
Coach Christian Dominguez. He's a professional boxer. He's a local
Yes.
boxer. Great young man. A father. contributor to the community. He comes from Winston-Salem, from the South Side, I believe. He as well he's one of our models of where you can come from, who you can be, and still excel in life, still use the sport. We have other coaches, we have parents, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here and have all this and have these kids really understand the purpose of what we're doing.
Very good. Well, I want to be able to be the first to let you know that I appreciate you. Uh, I realize that y'all may be moving and you and I have had our differences, but it don't change the love. And I respect what you do, because any and everybody can't do that. And I look at the time when we tried to do some things with the school, and you have never wavered. You continue to, they took our plan.
They
and
took
we've
our
done
proposals and ran
Yeah,
with it. And
but
one
you
thing,
still at
one
it.
thing about life, right? It's not how you do it, or maybe it is how you do it, because we told them how to do it, but it's who does it.
Yeah,
It wasn't us doing it.
and it didn't work for
It
them.
didn't work for them.
On that, this is our segment tonight with Brother David Villada, Brother Brandon, Brother Jonathan. We thank you for coming, and the sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
We thank and praise God for allowing us for this time tonight. This is our segment on what's happening in the community. God bless you and have a great evening.
Thank you, Bishop. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Join us next time for the Greater Abba Fathers Ministries global broadcast with Bishop Scotty White Sr. and Pastor Earlene White. And please join us for Sunday morning worship at 11 a.m. at 4634 Chateron Drive in Winston-Salem 7106, with a church where God is moving and